Hey friends, welcome. I am so excited today. I'm going to be sharing some curriculum choices for my upcoming second grader. I will have a second grader, a fourth grader, and a sixth grader next year, so I'll be sharing all of their individual choices as well as our history, our science, our Bible, some enrichment. So make sure you stick around, subscribe so that you can see all of those upcoming. And if you're watching this later, then they have already been posted, so you can go check those out. But today we're going to focus just on my second grader, what she's using. So first we're going to start with reading. This is a brand new program. We've never used this reading program before, but I think it looks really, really awesome, and I am excited to use it. It is the BJU Press reading. So we're going to do 2A because she will be in second grade, kind of broken down into categories. So this one is All God's Creatures, and then Hearts and Hands. This one is going to be Memories to Keep. So I think it has a lot of like kind of historical fiction and nonfiction in this one. And then Precious Treasures. And what I really like about this is that it breaks it down into smaller, more manageable stories that they can read. It gives them a little bit of an introduction at the beginning. And then the pictures are just beautiful. They don't all have the same pictures, so sometimes that can get a little bit dry and redundant. The pictures are going to vary from story to story. And then at the end, it's going to offer some comprehension questions that you can read with your child and go over. They also have something like, for example, they have a story about a little girl, her grandma's dulcimer, which is a musical instrument. So they have a story about that. And then they have a nonfiction, just like informational, about dulcimers and what they all are and what that includes and like the parts of it and things like that. So some of the stories tie in together, and I think that that is just such a really wonderful, lovely idea to have that. So you can get just the readers themselves, or you can get the readers and the student work text, and that's what I got as well. And so this is going to correspond. I love this because they do have teacher guides and lesson plans and all that to go with that. To me, that was going to be overcomplicating things. I wanted to keep things nice and simple. So what I did love about this is that if you look on the pages, so on the front, it kind of reviews what you've read. And then on the back, there is usually some sort of phonics reinforcement or grammar reinforcement. For example, reading 2A, Philip and His Pets, pages 44 to 49. So that tells me, okay, I know to read these exact pages today, and then we're going to do this page on the front and this page on the back. So that's gonna how it's gonna be laid out throughout the course of the entire year. And I just think that it is such a lovely looking program. I'm excited. It's gonna focus on reading comprehension and just, you can tell with the different exercises that it's having them think about what they read, not just regurgitating facts. So I think that this is going to be a great introduction to kind of more in-depth reading. She's kind of gotten her feet wet. She's kind of solidified her reading. She's come a long way this year in first grade, and I know she'll continue to as we finish out the year and go through the summer. So I'm not worried about her being able to read these. I think it'll be great to kind of work these together with the work text and the readers. So that is our reading for next year. Next we have for handwriting, we are going with The Good and the Beautiful, level 3. Now she is in second grade, but she wanted to start doing cursive in second grade. Her other two sisters I started them in second grade, and I just feel like that's a perfectly fine time to start. I know everybody's different. Some people start a little bit earlier, like in preschool and kindergarten. Some people start later. And so second grade, I just kind of asked them, and they have all at this point said yes. So they've always loved all of my girls have always loved The Good and the Beautiful handwriting. I really like that they kind of do step by step, like their cursive is in color, like rainbow color order. So it kind of shows, okay, you go from the red dot to the orange, to the yellow, to the green, to the blue, etc. And then shows you where to pick up your pencil. It starts off very, very gently and slowly. And then their favorite is always at the end. There's something to usually color or like a little copy this picture or something along those lines. They really enjoy that at the bottom. And then we will do language arts is going to be The Good and the Beautiful level 2. We are finishing level 1 this year, but I didn't start it until I feel like I was almost halfway through the year. So we won't finish this year, level 1 by the end of the school year. So I anticipate we'll probably drag that into next year, which is fine, and then pick up with level 2. She has really been enjoying this. I know that I've used level 2 before with my other second grader, and it was not the best fit, but I'm kind of going into it with different expectations. And she was just a different child, just totally different personality, but the good and the beautiful fits this child. So although my personal feelings is still like, I still love my Abeka, and I feel like I've said that in all my videos about grammar for the younger years, we're gonna go with this because this is what best suits her. And so that's most important, what best suits your child. So level 2, it does come with 2 readers, I believe, but since we are doing the reading from BJU Press, I am not going to be doing the readers that correspond with the literature. So I don't think it should make a difference. And if it does, and if there's some questions in the course book, like about the reading, we'll just skip that, because that I'm not worried about that. This is mainly for her phonics and grammar, and they also have geography and art and all that fun stuff in it. She absolutely loves it, so we're going to continue with that for her. For math, we are doing I've made a whole video and videos about this and all of that, so we actually, and if you want to watch them, I'll post them down below, but we actually are going to be doing the Good and the Beautiful Math too, but it is not the new Simply Good and Beautiful Math. We're gonna go old school with their good old tried and true edition, original edition. Level 2, there's part 1 and there is part 2. I had talked about in some of my other, when I was switching over from Simply Good and Beautiful Math and trying to figure out what to do next, I had talked about a few choices. I had narrowed it down, but the bottom line is it ultimately came down to multiple options or multiple reasons. One of them being I already had these on my shelf, brand new, and so I just never got around to selling them. And so I'm like, I already have them. I'm familiar with them. They have worked in the past and I've loved them, so why not use them? That was like the main reasons. And another reason is like I'm going to be, and I feel like I say this in every video, but it's just really true, because we're going to be adding a new little one to our school year next year, a new little newborn. My thought process is just like, I don't want to overly complicate things and have to like relearn a whole new math curriculum, and I'm sure I could get the hang of it pretty quickly, but it just made more sense to do this. So we will do level 2 with her. I'm not sure what we'll do about the following year. I have no idea. But I did look into Math with Confidence, and I looked into the Apologia mostly. I looked into a million ones, but those are what I narrowed it down to. And if it wasn't for this, if I literally didn't have these, I would have gone with one of those 2, because I think those look really, really great. So that's what we're doing with math. And then spelling, I cannot find it for the life of me. I don't know where my child put it. We are going to finish with Abeka Spelling 1. We started it at the beginning of the year. Pretty quickly, I knew it was going to be too much to try to do all of it, so we put the spelling on hold until she could get a better grasp at reading and things like that. And then she came up to me like January, February, pulled out the spelling book, said, Mom, I really want to do spelling again. And so I said, okay. So we've been going through the list. We're still kind of at the beginning of the spelling book. And so we will definitely not finish by the end of this year. So what we'll do is I'll just continue that into next year, and then next year we'll go from there, but it'll cover for most of the year next year. And since Abeka's spelling is a little bit more advanced, I don't mind if she's doing first grade spelling in second grade. It's really not that big of a deal, but she really likes it and enjoys it, and she's been doing well. So those are her choices, or that's what I'm going to be using for her. I also, like I said, I'm going to have a science. She'll participate in our science. She'll participate in our history. We're going to do those together as a group, our Bible, and then I have a few other extras that she will do as well. So that is it for her. Covers all the basics, nothing too extra, too extreme, but I feel like it covers all the basics. and it works out perfectly for her. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this and seeing what we chose for next year, and I always love seeing what other people are choosing. It's always so much fun to kind of just get a peek at what other homeschoolers are doing. So if you did like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And again, if you want to subscribe, I'm going to be sharing so many different resources in the coming month, and then review how things went this year. And I also do like day in the life and a lot of curriculum comparison reviews and things like that. So I would love for you to stick around and subscribe if you have not done so already. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.